Hey guys, and today Shuri and I are going to have a bit of discussion about Geelong and the fixture they've got next year. So a bit of a preview for next year and a review of the actual fixture they've got coming up for next year, mate. All right, let's go through what's good for the Catters. What have we got for next year to look forward to?
Yeah, well, the big plus was getting the 8 home games at Simmons. The last few years, I think we've only had 7.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and people might only say that's one, but you could probably pencil in one more win. And also, we just earned so much coin from that extra game. So I think we're actually going to post a first loss financially under Brian Cook, I think, this year. So that'll be nice to get that extra one. But strangely enough, just one of them is at night.
Which seems counterproductive with the lights.
We've got the lovely setup with the lights, and we'll only see him once, possibly twice if it's the last match at Adelaide, which isn't scheduled fully, aside from the opponent. That could be a night match.
But, yeah, well, there are twilight games in and amongst it, so they will be useful, but yeah, I think some fans have sort of mixed views on whether or not they'd rather night games or not, because some people travel and whatnot. Just having a look at a few Facebook comments, so yeah, it's an intriguing point of view.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose, like you say, they will get used, but I think Geelong probably would have enjoyed maybe 3 or 4, sort of half it maybe, but
yeah, definitely.
More so happy with the 8 home games.
Oh, that'll certainly help. And yeah, we're not playing out of Victoria until round 7, so that's a positive, mate, to touch on.
Yeah, true. That is a pretty good positive. I mean, it's good to not travel outside and away from home, but they are pretty tough games, which we'll probably have a look at in the negatives. But I mean, that's probably all the positives really for the Cats, wouldn't you think? I mean, the main one is the home games.
Yeah, it is.
And I think we travel outside Victoria only 5 times in total. It's not too bad.
No, I think you could be on the money there, which is pretty good because travel has sort of hindered us a little bit in the past.
Yeah.
Especially this year. I mean, we lost nearly most of them. I think we won 2, and they were against GWS, falling over the line against them, and getting over Brisbane, who were deplorable in the first half of the season. So and the rest were, I don't know. They were against reasonably quality opposition. You look at Sydney, Fremantle, Port Adelaide. I mean, they were always going to be tough games, and they got us pretty comprehensively most of the time.
And most of the interstate sides at the moment are pretty good teams right now, so it makes it even tougher.
Oh, absolutely, which is a bit disappointing, but no, that's how it goes. But move on to the negatives, which I'll touch on. 8 6-day breaks, which is a bit of a challenge, but
equal most
in the competition. We don't tend to think 6-day breaks really matter, but we sort of don't think they influence the size as much as what maybe the inside or outside sort of perceive it to be.
Yeah.
I think consecutive ones or too many in a row or a lot over the year can impact, but you're not going to make that excuse as to why you lose a game, for example. So yeah, I think they have their place and everyone has them. So
yeah, they do. Maybe a tad unlucky to get 8, but I don't think we really hating on that too much because 6-day breaks don't make a break, like you just said. So
yeah, that's it. They have their place in it. So one night game at Simmons Stadium, as you sort of touched on a bit earlier, bit pointless with the lights and all the money spent on that. But that's how it goes, and we'll just move on from that. I don't think it's that bad, but could have done a bit better there, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe a couple more would have been nice, but that's how it goes.
That is how it goes, mate. And rounds 9 to 11 is a bit tough. We travel, I think, twice out of the 3 weeks. We play West Coast at Patterson's, then go play the Bombers at Etihad, and also play Port Adelaide, I'm pretty sure, at Adelaide Oval, and they're off the back of 6-day breaks, so play a couple of those, and that'll be pretty tough. I mean, I think West Coast will be tough to beat to Patterson's, even though they weren't, excellent this year in winning at home. But I feel like any team that's sort of a bit better than Brisbane and GWS, I feel like we have a real big chance to lose. And as you did mention, there are a lot of teams interstate that are going pretty well at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's when you add in a away trip and a 6-day break and back-to-back at some points.
That hurts.
Yeah, that's when it can be that really tough period of time.
Absolutely. Well, we did a little bit of a prediction for next year. So Shorty and I just went through the games and sort of very lightly, and when we say very lightly penciled in
some serious light pencil here.
a couple of games. Well, the whole season, and the games we thought we'd win and lose. How many did you end up with, mate?
Well, I had 13, but as you said, with the very light pencil, I mean, this mainly forms maybe a goal or a guide as to how many games we might want to win. Because one thing I will say is our first month or even 5 games is very tough, and I think it'll be tough no matter what happens. But aside from that, form changes, our form changes, injuries, the opposition. So really, I think the only thing you truly look at with the fixture is what's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
Which is when it happens and where it happens. So
exactly.
Aside from the sides that are actually in the form they are now, and where we think they'll be and where they will be, you can't tell. So
it's just lots of guesswork.
But to answer your question, it was 13. But
nice and simple.
Yeah, it's tough to really gauge it though, isn't it? So far out.
Definitely. Well, I went with 14. I think I may have had 15. Maybe been a bit ambitious there. I can't even remember why I was 15, but I thought I'd pull back one. Just came to a realisation that we're not that side that we once were, and lots of teams improving as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be such a tough year. I mean, no one knows what to expect really. I mean, especially as a Cats fan, it's exciting in one light, but at the other, it's almost the inevitable decline. So
yeah, it is.
It's really tough to know.
A few different players again, and we'll bring a few youngsters in as we have in the past. But I think we've said too that aim will probably be on the ladder from 6th to 10th. Probably.
Yeah, I think we'll stay around there.
So and I guess that probably might be the difference from 11 or 12 wins to that 14-ish mark. Could be the difference where you make the 8 or not. But that first initial stint of the 2015 is Hawthorn, Fremantle, Gold Coast, North Melbourne,
Richmond
and
in round 5.
And a few of those, granted, are at Simmons, but they're against extremely good sides. So
definitely,
we could be 0-5, which is probably unlikely, but we could be. I think we'd be happy to be even 2-3 potentially, but to win 3 of the first 5, I reckon would be a good effort.
Yeah, if we were to get off to 3 and 2, I think nearly. This is pretty ambitious, but nearly pencil us into the finals. So without being too overzealous, but I think that's an exceptional start from a tough draw. Because I mean, you've got the reigning premiers from the last 2 years up against the grand finals in 2013, preliminary finalist. This year, yep.
Yeah.
Richmond, who came hard, and Gold Coast on the improve. There's a lot to look forward to, and it's going to be very tough.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a long way out, but still, it's nice to have a bit of a look ahead and look at the crystal ball and see how we go. But
predictions are almost useless. I like what Wayne Carey said on Talking Footy. He said, I think he gave it the blowtorch. He said predictions. I think he had Collingwood in the top 4, and even I did. So I'll put my hand up there and say that was a terrible call. But you can only go off, what's sort of relevant at the time.
Yeah, well, that's it. You can't really make many footy shows without having a prediction or two, can you? So I guess
that's
our
what we're in.
Make it. So
that's what we're in it for. So
yeah,
those are a few of the thoughts from Shorty and myself on Geelong's fixture for next season, and what an entertaining season it will be. But it'll be scary too, because we're just getting that natural decline going, and you just don't know what's going to happen. Will Mitch Clark make or break us? Will Vardy and Menzel come back?
What will Reece Stanley do?
Of course. Patrick Lucy. I don't even know the bloke's name.
The big Irish ruckman.
We'll call him that. He won't even get a game next year, but sorry, Paddy.
Paddy.
We'll call him that for now. But that's pretty much it from us today. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to us as well, that'd be great. And we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could just help us out, for goodness sake, it'd be fantastic. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll see you all soon.